Good morning, good evening, good afternoon regarding the time you are watching us. My name is Mwangi Mwaneki and this is Mwangi Mwaneki Exclusive. And this month of June we have been talking about the men's mental health. We have been celebrating men and also celebrating their mental health. And I've wanted to know whether men are really talking it out or how they deal with their mental health issues. Today I'm joined by one Professor Kaka Daves Kariuki, who is a lecturer at Rural Aid Kenya and also an aspirant in Nyeri County in Mugoda Ward. And I want to know more about the students who he lectures or he teaches, whether they come to open up to him or whether he encourages that they can open up, and also his working colleagues. Do they also open up, or men are just toughing it out and suffering on their own? Good morning.
Morning to you.
You can talk to Mwangi Mwaneki Exclusive fans.
Yes. Hi fans, how are you? Nawakaribisha sana to Mwangi Mwaneki Exclusive, right? Yeah. And now I'm pleasured and really thankful for even having me.
Okay, thank you. We would want to know, you are a lecturer and you have both the genders, you have the males and the females. Now, this month we are celebrating the men. What do you see when you see a man who is struggling with the mental health and can't talk out?
Well, you see, the African culture is that men are supposed to be strong. Yeah. That you're supposed to be somehow protective. That protective sometimes is also to yourself. You guard your space, you guard everything, including your own health, right? So it is very difficult to find men who are willing to speak on anything, leave alone mental health. So I wouldn't say that I see a lot of men who open up and are willing to speak about whatever they could be encountering. That does not mean that they are not there, right? They are there. So not unless you can identify somebody, you are like, what's the problem? And sometimes even when you identify, they would be like, I'm fine, So it's not very easy to find a man, so to speak, who is willing to speak up of anything they could be encountering. Probably it's because of how men are brought up in our African culture, that they're supposed to be, protective, and that men are not supposed to show weakness, and that coming out and speaking is a sign of weakness. So in such, then it becomes very difficult for men to enter into such spaces where you would come to call safe places. It's very difficult. Even when companies probably might have created such spaces, it's very difficult for men to find themselves comfortable, really, sharing. Yeah. So I would say, well, you could find in the modern culture where people are encouraged to speak up, but for men, it's still very difficult, or the percentage would be very minimal.
Do you think that there will come a time when men will accept to open up about the issues they are passing through?
Well, I don't know, because the culture of parenting is something hereditary. It's, you parent your kids as you were parented. So not unless that changes, I don't see how many men would come out and share whatever they are going through. Number two, it's a thin line between being masculine and sharing what you're going through. There's a very thin line, so that a person might feel, I'm not being masculine enough, or a person might fear to be judged. And actually, you could see where men probably they speak, they would be saying, be a man, bwana, So it could happen, but probably not now. Maybe in the future, but even that, it will have to come easily. However, it's good to say that it is important for men also to really speak out, because some of the decisions men are making these days are very tragic, and you can tell this is a total, mental weakness issue. Yeah, so it is important for men to also find these safe spaces, but also to be encouraged and to be shown like it is fine, but probably not at the workplace, maybe at home. That thing probably need to start from when a boy is young, right? These ones that are grown up, it's going to be very difficult to see them really change anytime soon. Yeah.
So, do you think, I've heard you have said that it's the culture, how people have been brought, or how men have been brought. Do you think it is a high time that culture now, or the society, takes this opening up of men positively, so that we can stop losing men and losing families? There is a case of a man who said that in Moranga, I guess, he said that his family was really against him when he lost his brother. They didn't want to know whether he was also mourning the loss of his brother, but they were so against him, and he could not open up to anybody. He killed his family and killed himself. So do you think that it is the high time the society takes it positively for a man to open up?
Sure. Yes, it should. And I think that there are people and places and counselors who've really tried to do these things. And I think it's a positive thing, really. Sometimes when you have conferences for men, I think also churches are trying to do that, where you have men conference. But even when you have these conferences, you're still also taught how to be a man, really. And the biggest thing you're taught to be a man is that, you're supposed to be strong, you're supposed to make solutions. So I still believe it has to be inculcated in parenting, because I ask myself, when we were growing up, our parents, you see, they also had challenges, but they used not to take these kind of drastic measures. I don't really think that there were places they were going for, I don't know, mentors, whatever, counseling. I think they were just meeting and discussing, and somehow they knew how to deal with issues. Yeah, so I think that is probably there's some disconnect in how men are probably brought up these days. That could be a disconnect there. And also what the society thinks. So it's a conglomerate of so many things. It's not just society appreciating it, but also it is how probably men are also brought up. In as much as we encourage them to come out and speak, I think it's also important how you brought up or how you bring up a boy child, so that he is able to make the right decisions, even when he is pressed up of issues.
Okay, the last one. As a leader, how do you think you are going to handle the issue of men opening up, or giving them a platform to open up?
The first thing, you need to make them feel comfortable. Yeah, they need to feel comfortable that no one is going to judge them. So you need to create that safe haven for them. But beyond it, we need to come up with groups. You see, for example, women have so many other groups that they're able to, do these things and talk. You'll find even it's very easy for women to go to counseling and such kind of things, and very difficult for men. So we need to make men feel like it is okay, it is comfortable, really, to seek help when you think you require help. But I think we need to create some sub-heaven for men, have groups of men, I don't know, associations of men, where men can actually meet as men and discuss, and talk. And because you imagine when you talk as men, no one is going to judge you, and you share experiences. And when you share these experiences, you'd realize probably there's somebody who was going through something like yours, and he was able to make a proper decision. and that probably would help you. So I think it is important that we have platforms where men can share these things as men, not with other people, but as men themselves. And I think it is important, right from the young ones going up to the grown ones. I think it is important we are able to do this thing professionally, and but also calculate it in the village, take it there, and we are able to do, proper proper synergy of men, without them feeling like they'll be judged. Because I think the biggest problem with men is feeling like they'll be judged, and that somebody will make them feel like they're not man enough.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for having this conversation. We are honored to have you. Thank you so much.
Asante sana.
Okay.